Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, JC, and today I wanted to give you guys a theory video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, but I wanted to do one just because I have an idea of something that's, very special to a lot of us, and I just hope that I get it right. I really do. I really want this to happen. So, what is my theory for today? Well, I haven't had theories since maybe Mob of the Dead, back in the old days of when zombies was still popular and all that sort of thing. And I predicted, a Dissension map, which is basically Buried. I called Buried Dissension before Buried came out, and I was right about that, and I was right about a lot of things as well. But usually I don't make theory videos unless I'm very certain it's going to happen, so just take this with a grain of salt, because I don't know if this is going to happen at all. I have no idea if this is what's truly going to be the next Treyarch game, or if this is going to be what happens in the next game. I don't know. But getting into it, basically what I think is that Call of Duty is getting stale at the moment, right? Like, Call of Duty is going down this downward slope of the games are getting, well, not getting worse, but just getting more boring because we're getting used to Call of Duty, and it's just getting old. I mean, we've been playing the same game since COD 4, essentially, so there's got to be something fresh that Treyarch can do next year. And what I've been thinking about for a very long time, and this is no way influenced by other people who say they have future information, which they may or may not, but this is just something that I want to happen, and I really hope it does. I really want Treyarch to make a fantasy Call of Duty game. I know this sounds crazy, I know this sounds sort of over the top, because Call of Duty is used to being realistic and stuff, and I know Call of Duty isn't a true realistic experience. I mean, it's like an arcade shooter, for crying out loud, but it stays true to the times. I mean, Black Ops 2 is a pleasable future, and so is Ghosts. And Advanced Warfare, even though it's farther into the future, it is based on what we're going to probably have in the future. Now, what I want Treyarch to do is I want them to make a game, make something completely different for us, a new setting and a completely different alternate reality in another dimension, just something different, like a fantasy world. Think of how Origins has this Bioshock, I don't want to say Bioshock, what did they say? They said it was a diesel punk themed map. This map is World War I, but it's got a diesel punk twist, and it's got all these machines and robots everywhere. This zombies is fantasy. Zombies, the whole zombie storyline, all of that is fantasy. Everywhere we go in zombies is fantasy. The first couple of maps were pretty realistic, but after that, it started to get really fantastical. And yeah, so I just really do hope that Treyarch actually makes a game in a different setting than we've seen before. Think about it, they'll have all this stuff going for them. Advanced Warfare has this whole message of this is the future, this is the next step for Call of Duty, this is Advanced Warfare, this is something we've never done before, it's far in the future, it's so awesome, but it doesn't even have to be in the future. I don't want Treyarch's game to necessarily be in the future or far into the future like a Halo game. What I want them to do is take history and put a spin on it, or just take any time period that we know and just put a spin on it. They don't even really have to use history. They could just completely make up a whole new world for us to enjoy, and a whole new story, and a whole new direction for Call of Duty. It could have this whole marketing scheme like, this is a new experience for Call of Duty. This is something we've never done before. This is an alternate world. It doesn't really have to be an alternate world, but this is a mystical Call of Duty game. It's not a real-life Call of Duty game. And I know that Call of Duty has this staple in it that it's always got to be revolved around real wars and real situations in our lives, but it doesn't have to always be like that. Call of Duty is going to get stale. They're going to run out of eras. I mean, they could do Vietnam, they could do all these old places again. I really would like to see another World War II Call of Duty game again, because World at War was just awesome. We can all agree on that. But I just believe eventually it's going to come down to this, and what better time than now? Especially for Treyarch, because they're such a creative company and they have all these wonderful ideas. You can see this in zombies, and I just think it would just work so well. I mean, they could have this whole fantasy world. It could be, you know, it could still be Earth, and it could still be a, you know, a certain time period on Earth, but they could put a twist on it. They could put a diesel punk twist on it. You don't know. I just want there to be some mystical and fantasy element in the next Call of Duty game to kind of give us something different. I don't want the same old war story. Oh, there's a villain and he's hacking into our computers. Oh, there's a villain. He's got a nuclear weapon. I don't want that anymore. I want something fresh and new for this series. Just to give you guys an example, think of the new Wolfenstein game. This game is about World War II where the Nazis win, and you are just rebels trying to fight back the Nazi onslaught because they've taken over the whole world. And I just think that Treyarch could do something like this so well and take history and put a spin on it, or just take any era in general and put a spin on it, and would lead us into so many creative directions as a gamer. So overall, I just hope Treyarch does something like this, and if I'm right, I'm going to be pretty happy. I really do hope there's some sort of awesome and new element in the next Call of Duty game, because Treyarch's got to do something different. They've got to do something different to compete with Advanced Warfare. They can't just have Black Ops 3. It's not going to be Black Ops 3. I'm sorry. I do not in 1 second believe it's Black Ops 3. I could be wrong, but that would just make no sense. It's got to be something new, and what I'm hoping for is a new Call of Duty game with a twist on it. Some fantasy twist, something that is different from real life and our real world. This has been JC, and I will see you guys on the next video.